to the United States, call Mark Ratner and ask him that question.
I'll ask him that.
Seriously. Oh, is he here?
Yeah,
Grab his ass and get him, man, and tell him, you know. And then the other question is, you know, the other times is like, again, here we have a smaller group. How did you score that Ogle, that first round of Ogle and Grisby?
I had every round for Ogle.
Ogle?
Yeah.
Don't remember?
Yeah, I had 30.
I thought he did too. But 2 judges, that's one of the things, man. It's like, I score on damage. If you have a guy in a triangle, no matter how good it looks, no matter what it is, if that fucking guy doesn't tap out, you didn't pull off a submission. It's literally like yeah, it's like throwing a perfect fucking beautiful right hand, but it missed. It didn't land. Do you score that?
That's the problem with judging. People judge on different criteria.
Or if he is in that, if that's how you score and you score by submissions, and he gets a beautiful, if he gets out of that and doesn't get tapped out, it balances it out like it never even happened. Like a jab for a jab. You know what I mean? And Ogle got out of that thing, was never even close to tapping or in danger, and was punching to the body and the head the entire time. He did more damage in the first round than Grisby did. That's the way that I would score that fight. And that's how it should be. It's a fucking fight, man. You score by who gives the most damage.
Be nice if that was the
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's going to be... I just like when we sit here and we have these discussions, I don't even know what to say when you talk about like the Shea Mills thing. It's just like...
Speaking of Shea Mills, how frustrated were you at the end of the fight when Shea Mills didn't lie down on the mat and not finish?
I tweeted that. How about... And I'll tell you, I was frustrated with that fight. You know what I mean? And Gareth said it in the fucking thing. Gareth asked him straight up, you gonna lay on him for 3 rounds? I'm sick of that shit too. And the other thing is the ref will let these guys push up against the fence. The rule is you're either advancing your position or doing damage. At no point is pushing against the fence for 3.5 fucking minutes doing damage or advancing your position. The ref should be breaking those guys. And in that fight, he took him back down again, and I said, that's it. That's what you're going to see for the next 2 minutes and 45 fucking seconds. Is wake me up when this fucking thing's over. And boom, he pops up, and he gets out, and he gets in the guard. He gets in the guard, he throws one punch, and he's just sitting there looking at him. Then he stands up, then he walks away. I'm pretty sure there was 39 seconds left. 39 seconds left. Fucking go crazy. Drop punches, elbows, go absolutely ape shit. You know, and when I said it on Twitter, people were like, he was tired. You know, you're not a fucking fighter who's tired. Well, if you're fucking tired in the last 39 seconds of a fight that you can win and can take you to the next level and you can then you go get a job. Go get a job. Shea Mills should have went ape shit on him that last 39 seconds and kept him on his back because he finally got that top position. That was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. It was almost like he gave up and quit and walked away.
Stood over him for like 8 or 10 seconds.
Yeah, like he was in shock and didn't know what to do and didn't want to do. Well, he threw one punch. And then, remember, he was like this? He was like, come on. He fucking just walked away.
So take you like the Santiago.
And then what happened? Then they stood back up and he fucking double-legged him and took him down again.
Is what Bobby Green did in his last fight something you want to
That's what I'm talking about. Bobby Green, that dude would not quit. Even when that ref screwed him, he was doing damage and was dropping bombs. Finally gets the top position. She comes over and fucking stands him up. That chick has no idea what she's doing, looking at, thinking about, nothing, right? The other thing is a ref, you should know a fight and know what's going on and know what the situation is. Know that Volcom has been holding him down the whole time, and this kid's been fighting his ass off to get that top position. He gets it and starts doing damage, and she stands him up. But Bobby Green, the difference between Bobby Green and other guys, Bobby Green had the will to win that night. Nothing was going to stop that kid from winning. Even when he took his back and had his back. He fucking fought until he spun around and got the. I mean, that kid fought his ass off that night. I love guys like that. That's what you want to see. Even if you got a guy, and if you got a guy who's going to hold you down all night, you should be a well-rounded fighter so he can't do it to you. Or you get that last 39 seconds, try to steal the round. Try to steal the round, do a bunch of damage. Maybe you steal the round the last round. Maybe you catch him and knock him out. Maybe you cut him and they have to stop. Do something. Fucking get up and walk away for the last 40 seconds of the round. It's craziness. You're in the fucking UFC. This is your shot. This is your chance to win this fight and get to the next fight. Or maybe that's not what you want. Or maybe you just don't have it. But that's the shit that I look for. That night, those Strikeforce kids have been fucking jerked around, screwed around for the last year, right? They got the chance to come in and fight in the UFC. Ooh, I wish I could talk to you fucking guys about this. Ooh, drives me crazy. They get the chance to come in the UFC, right? And they fucking fought like they were in the UFC.
We'll listen if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I know you would. It's not worth it. But and you know, these are guys that came over from Strikeforce, pulled the biggest number in the history of UFC prelims. Ever since we've been doing UFC prelims, which is UFC 103, these guys pulled the biggest number in UFC prelim history. Badass. I love that kind of shit. I'm so happy for all those guys. I was like a little kid in the backstage. I was like, fucking make them come here. I got to talk to them. I made every kid come back there. And it was awesome. I was really happy for all those guys that night. They deserved it.
Think they'll get meat card slots next time in the fight?
Think what?
They'll get slots on the main show.
They'll get slots? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. No, yeah, it was a big night for those guys.
What about Josh Barnett? Who were you planning to match? Josh Barnett, would you be signed up?
Junior Dos Santos.
For his first fight. Did he like that fight?
Do I like it?
Did he like it?
I'm sure Josh Barnett doesn't care. Josh Barnett's never been a guy that's, you know, like I said the other day at the press conference, Josh Barnett's a fly by the seat of his pants kind of guy. He does his own thing, beats to his own fucking drum. He's got his, you know, said if he stayed in the UFC all this time and what he could have accomplished, what he could have done or whatever, but Josh Barnett's never been a guy to say, I don't want to fight this guy or I won't fight that guy. He's not that type of person. He likes to fight.
Is it nice? Would it be nice to have a heavyweight with that very different style in the mix, though, in the UFC? Because there's no one with quite his style, is there? Very different from everyone else, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd say that. I mean, he just lost to Cormier. You know what I mean? Cormier went toe-to-toe with him. They fought. And I think Kane has a style. Kane will stand up. Kane will go to the ground. You know. Huh? Nogueira.
What do you think of Cormier's prospects?
Huh?
Cormier's prospects? Because he's not a spring chicken.
I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet about that. We haven't really talked about that yet.
What about him as a prospect? He's asking. As
Oh,
a
as a
heavyweight?
prospect?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's awesome. At 205, I think he'd
Is that
be
where you want him?
a
really?
beast. I don't know. I want him wherever he wants to be. I just think that's where he's gonna end up. You know, the relationship with Kane. He's Kane's wrestling coach. You know, I just think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna have him go to 205. What they might say is, we're pros here. We can fight. I don't think so either. But just saying, maybe.
Speaking of wrestling, what do you think of the long-term effects possibly for mixed martial arts if they take wrestling out of the Olympics and like college programs are closing down? And you know, do you think wrestling might become less prevalent?
No, it's such an important part of the sport. I just don't see it. I don't see it dying, you know. But it's bad that it's bad that it's not going to be an Olympic sport. I mean, that's what guys get into. It. Guys do it in high school and college to someday hopefully make it to the Olympics. And I don't know.
Just the long-term prospects then of amateur MMA going into the Olympic Games?
What's the question?
Does that open the prospects for a long-term for
Yeah.
amateur MMA? Maybe?
Listen, when I said that the other day, I saw a lot of people talking shit, whatever, like, oh, that would be terrible. Why would it be terrible if there was Olympic mixed martial arts? It wouldn't be terrible at all. It would actually be a great thing, and not only would it be a great thing for the sport, it'd be a great thing for the athletes. If you end up going to the Olympics I mean, you remember what the guys in boxing were getting signed for when they had a fucking Olympic gold medal? Big money. Big money. I don't see how it's a bad thing. And people are like, well, you gonna let fucking John Jones fight in the Olympics? No. John Jones is an amateur. He's a fucking pro. It'll be just like boxing. The pros will be the pros, and the amateurs will be amateurs and win gold medals and then become pros. It's not fucking rocket science. I mean, when I said that the other day, people were acting like it was the dumbest thing they'd ever heard in their life. Why could this not be an amateur sport? You do it, you know, there's amateur shows happening now, and not for the promise of a gold medal and to sign for millions of dollars into a fucking big organization. The promise of a promoter not having to pay the fucking fighters. That's what amateur means. If you run an amateur show in the United States, you are fucking over a bunch of fighters. That's what you're doing. You're putting on a show where you got sponsors, you're getting paid, and all this other shit, but you don't have to pay the athletes. Because there's absolutely no regulation of amateur mixed martial arts whatsoever. It's chicken shit. It's a crock of shit. It's horrible. So to think that for some reason the Olympics is fucking stupid. You go to the Olympics and win a gold medal, you're gonna make a lot of money. You take elbows out and I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking do it. I'm not gonna be the guy to go out and start Olympic mixed martial arts, but it could happen.
Have the IOC ever consulted you on it, on MMA at all?
No. We've talked to them though. We have talked to them before. Yes.
How useful have you found Ronda Rousey's Olympic gold medal in opening doors? With opening doors, with media and PR and stuff. Like, it's a completely different kind of media.
Yeah, no, because the media that's following her because she's legit. She's the real deal.
Is it because she's female or a novelty thing, or is it the Olympics?
Because she's a world-class athlete who won an Olympic medal.
Right.
You know, how do you not respect that? How do you not respect somebody who's been training since they were 6 years old and medaled in the Olympics? You know, and has worked as hard as she has to round out her game as a martial artist too. You know, everybody was talking about her hands 2 years ago. Look at her fucking hands now. I'd love to see half. I know things that you guys don't know about her and what she's doing, and as far as her hands go. I'd love to see guys go spar with her. She'll knock your fucking head right off, and would love doing it. She is tough, she is mean, and she is fucking nasty.
Do you mind when she's kind of spotted shouting, knock his fucking head off at front row in the Manny Gamburian fight?
What are you going to do? That's who she is, you know? It's like getting mad at the Diaz brothers or something, you know? It's like getting mad at, Rashad's wife. Remember when Rashad's wife used to go crazy? You know, what are you going to do? That's who she is. You know, you see her on TV and you see all this stuff, but she's fucking mean, man. She's not some just, yeah. She's a tough chick.
Looking forward to this week then, now, obviously.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm obviously excited for that fight, but I'm excited for the whole card. I like this card.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys good? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. Thanks.